Hi Pisces, this is Amanda Nardozzi. This reading is going to be for April 15th to April 21st. We're going to go by a tree spread today. So, cards are already popping out, so I'm going to leave it here. We're doing a tree spread today. So basically the root of this tree is going to be things that we are currently working through, really tough energies that we have to kind of figure out how to navigate. The trunk of this tree is going to be the way forward, or how we can grow, or what we're growing into. And then the leaves are going to be oracle cards of any extra advice, unexpected things, blessings, anything that comes of this situation. So we're just going to jump right in and get started here for our Pisces friends. Ooh, see how they jump. Look, so before I even was in it, like before I even started, you got the Hermit card. This was the one that jumped out, and I was like, I guess this is your card. So some of you might feel the need to come back to yourselves for a while. I'm hearing come back home. Come back home, either to yourself, come back home like a physical home, come back home to yourself for a while so you can connect with your roots. I'm hearing like there's all this jargon happening around you. There is so much noise that you need to come back to yourself for a while. The King of Wands, regaining your confidence. So it's almost like you are coming back to do more work. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's almost like, yes, you need to be, it's almost like you need to be your own friend for a while. With the King of Wands, like you are kind of, it's almost like there's like rebuilding or things to be done. Like you're creating, you're being a master creator, but there's a lot happening right now. But it's almost like, I need to create all this stuff. I'm really picking up on like a strong creation energy. Some of you might actually be content creators, Pisces. Or like some type of like, I don't know. Some of you are taking chances on things because they're saying something about scratching lotto tickets. Some of you, if that could be like an actual confirmation for some of you, but it's almost like you have all of these different things and you're trying all these different things and throwing pasta to the wall, basically, as Chris Rex says from Minopon Tarot. You throw pasta at the wall and you see what sticks. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting here of like you're trying a bunch of different things and you're like, okay, whatever works, works. That's what we're going with, right? You also have the Three of Cups as a celebration. So Spirit is celebrating you doing this. They're celebrating you coming home to yourself. They're celebrating this vision that you're having for your life, this vision that you're having for yourself, because you're actively taking the steps. And it's almost like Spirit is saying something about needing to meet them halfway for something. So if you feel like you've been lagging on answering the call and you feel like you could be doing more, Spirit's like, okay, then let's go. They understand the need to rest, but I do feel like this is a very King of Wands time, like it's a time to act. So let's see what you could be growing into. Oh, you have the Three of Cups again. Okay, this is such happy energy. You have Three of Cups twice, so there is definitely something to celebrate here. I feel like they have been waiting for this moment for a very long time. They have been waiting for you to move your feet for a very long time, Pisces, and I feel like you're finally doing it, or you're finally working towards your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, and they are like, yes, queen, king, yes. Like, they are like full on celebrating. And they're also trying to let you know too that it's not all work. They want you to play and indulge a little bit too, because it helps take some of the edge off. You don't have to do it all. And I know some of us might be stressed. We have the Four of Pentacles here, which indicates financial insecurity. For some of us, we may feel like we need to be keeping our resources close, or we might feel like, for some of you, you're actually saving up for something, saving up for a house, saving up for something. There's like something coming in, like I'm trying to save up for something special or something sweet. So maybe like a vacation for some of you, but it's almost like I'm trying to save up for something. So there's an energy of keeping your resources really close, and needing to do that for a while. You also have the Four of Cups. I feel like this isn't going to last long though. This Four of Pentacles seems very temporary. Like it almost feels like within a few months it's going to turn around. I'm getting a few months to a year it's going to turn around. I'm not saying like you go, oh, it's only going to take a year. It's just to get to like a higher level of finances than you've ever been, it will probably take a year. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to be okay until like a year from now, you know? But that feeling of saving up, some of you might actually achieve that very soon. Saving up for whatever it is you're saving up for, or like maybe if you're going for your dreams and you're in a place where you're not financially like great enough yet, like there's just this energy of, oh, I need to be stingy for now until I can get up on my feet, you know? You have the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is having a bunch of choices. I'm hearing like you made your choice and we are so proud of you. It's almost like, I feel like you took a leap of faith, Pisces. I feel like you took a leap of faith, and Spirit is literally like, they are just over the moon, overjoyed. They're like, yes, now we got them right where we want them, you know? But the Four of Cups is about having a lot of opportunities and a lot of options. While the Four of Cups does talk about stagnating on a choice or feeling apathetic towards all of its options, it's almost like I see this being like a full on, they're not even showing me individual cups, they're showing me a fountain. They're showing like this overall abundance that you are indulging in. And it's almost like you're going to try to take every opportunity that comes your way. Like, for whatever reason, this is like a very positive view of Four of Cups. It almost feels like you are trying to say yes to absolutely everything, which can run you down in the long term, but I feel like Spirit's like, no, 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 they're enjoying themselves. Like, they love saying yes. So, okay. I love that for you. But the type of what we're learning, what we are learning to do is standing on our own. And like, again, this is kind of stepping into your own power and seeing what all you can be. That is kind of a theme. Everyone's kind of stepping into their power this week or learning how to do that. And this is like your way seems to be whatever this is, this gateway of like creation or whatever choice that you made to like step into this. Like, you're already in it to win it. Like, you're like, I value my time. I value my energy. I'm hearing some of you are going to start charging for your services, which is awesome. Some of you might have been practicing or like offering it for free or doing maybe like discounts for some clients or whatever. But I feel like whatever this is, like if you are in that business where you are like, you know, working on a business period, like you could actually start charging for your services. They're like, okay, now let's go. And that's all energy work, baby. Like, once you say that you are worth charging more and you actually feel that, you're like, okay, I need to start charging for it. Shit flips. It flips. Trust me, I kid you not. It flips. So, that being said, I'm hearing like you will turn it around. This is like a building block scenario. You have the building blocks here. And building block says that this is literally, okay, so for whatever reason, this choice that you made is very tied with your spiritual growth because you've been stepping out of your comfort zone and you're finally ready to take the leap and you're taking it with trust and you're taking it with faith. This is almost like you are building yourself up for success. You're like, okay, well, what schedule do I need to keep? Or what types of things do I need to cross off my to-do list daily in order to reach my goals? I'm hearing like maximize my profits. How do I maximize my profits? So that seems to be a concern there, but it's almost like this is the early stages where you are getting everything together and you are trying to quite literally, like, I'm getting like Three of Wands energy, but a little bit past it, because the Three of Wands is about having all your shit packed up and ready to go. But I see you like quite literally having taken a few steps already and starting the journey. So it's like you've actually like set sail. You have set things in motion. So now just like it's learning and taking care of, like, I don't know, like building your skills, your habits in particular. Some of you are actually going for entrepreneurship or you're doing your own thing, like or like doing like your own business or doing like a work from home type of job or some type of field. Some of you could actually be like studying very vigorously for something, or I don't know, there's something like, I don't even feel like it's too much of a research thing, but I do feel like you're working towards like a bigger aim and you are finally taking the time to do it. You also have never ending story here. So this does kind of caution against, you know, it's interesting because I'm gonna share something with you. I'm gonna share something that happened. One of the conversations that I had with Spirit, because this is one of this directly relates, and I don't know how to explain it unless I share the story. But when I'm doing these readings, okay, for the longest time I was asking Spirit. I was like, you know, you keep asking me, like, if I like what I'm doing. And when Spirit asks me things, sometimes I jump the gun and I think, oh, they're challenging me because it's something that I don't actually want to do. And then I question myself a lot. Do I actually want to do readings in this form or that form? So whether it's YouTube readings, whether it's like the psychic career that I'm going into, whatever the case may be, or the psychic career that I'm in now, I guess I should say, there's that feeling of, you know, there's always that question of doubt, or at least before, like not now, but there was a question of doubt at the beginning. And I was like, like, is this something that I really want to do? Because when you go into psychic work, the whole world feels against you, you know? So, and that's not the case. That is so very not the case. But given the world that I grew up in, given the connections that I've made, it does feel to be misunderstood or even frowned upon in some cases. And that's when you start actively making changes and putting yourself in spaces where you are accepted. But there is that feeling, or places that you're understood. I was accepted still, but it's not really understood. So when I'm asking Spirit, it finally clicked where they kept saying, think about it. Think about it. Do you like what you're doing? Do you like what you're doing? And I thought, you know what? I think one day I just kind of woke up and said, I do love what I'm doing. I love the fact that I can do some readings and I can step away when I need to break. I love that I don't have to run around on somebody else's dime, that I don't always have to appear busy. Like, I love that I can give people this magic and that I can guide them. And it's almost like they were like, yes. And I heard like, you passed. Or it's like, it was like not really like a test, but it was like, it was almost like, good. That was a good part of your spiritual growth. Because, and I heard someone say, like, we wanted you to notice. We wanted you to notice that you actually enjoyed what you were doing, because your attitude and your beliefs can strongly dictate the types of things you manifest and also your level of success. I feel like when I made that change, I became a lot more successful when I switched my attitude to, I'm not sure if I should be doing this, to, I actually really love this. Not only do other people feel and sense that energy, but the universe is echoing that energy as well. So make sure that the story you are telling yourself, really check yourself and ask yourself if you love what you're doing. Not to second guess yourself. Not to think, oh, am I in the right field, or am I making the right call? Am I making the right choice? Do I choose, like, am I going to regret promoting this person? Am I going to actually put this article out to the public? Am I actually going to do? Yes, just say yes. Just like, again, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it, but make sure it's coming from a space of learning and intuition, and not from a place of fear. And not from a place of doubt. It might be hard to identify, but it's almost like you are increasing awareness as the game goes on towards what is coming from fear and what's coming from a place of empowerment. So take notice of how much you love what you're doing or don't like, but try not to doubt the first answer that comes to mind. And really try not to turn it over too much. Just think about it. Notice how it makes you feel. If the first answer that comes to mind feels good, then that's the story to go with. That's the one that feels right. It's an answer that comes from the heart, and that's what you need to focus on. Not on any of this other like echoing, like none of the other stories that are coming through that are kind of casting shadows of doubt on your path. Okay? That being said, that's another reason why hermit mode is very important. So you can stop listening to other people and how they're going about their paths and what they're doing and what they think of what you're doing. This is why it's important to come back to the self. What else we have, Pisces? What else do we have going for you? We have honor your feelings. Oh, y'all, I kid you not, Scorpio. You saw me pull from the deck. Scorpio had the same card, but like they were just switched. When I tell you, this is crazy. Okay, so you have honor your feelings by Archangel Haniel. So thank you, Haniel, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. You also have clear your vibes, Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. So I definitely think it was Scorpio. So if you have Scorpio in your big three and you feel the call, if you feel intuitively called to, highly recommend listening to that reading. I think it was something similar. Scorpio's reading, stepping into their power. I think, what was it? For them, it was making the choice. But for you guys, this is definitely, like, again, take what resonates, leave the rest. But anyway, let me see what channels through, because it might be something different. So honoring your feelings, this is, again, something that comes up. Don't pretend to like something if you don't like it. But if you like it, ascribe to that, sync up with it. Some of you might be doing things that you're not a fan of. Some of you might be channeling your passions, your creativity, your new thing, your new start, your this decision to take a step forward. You might be trying to find forms that don't fully fit with your authentic vision. Even if I'm hearing like it has full functionality, but does it sing to your heart? Does it sing to your soul? Question it. Think about it only a little bit. What's the first thing that comes up in your mind as you're contemplating it, right? Even if you have to sit in meditation or stillness to do that. And while you're doing that, clear your vibes. You might have to do this before you actually like sit down to meditate. But thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. Reiki, I feel like, is a big benefit for some of you because I feel a transformation just happened and you're going to need to cleanse some of that old energy out, or some of that is something sticky. Something sticky. And this isn't like the outside world affecting you at all, but this is like cycling out some of that old energy that has been stagnant in you. But ever since you've made the choice to continue, this thing that they're applauding, they're like, oh my gosh, yes. Now you need to cleanse your system. Now you need to clear it. So however you do that, whether it's a walk out in nature, hugging a tree, doing self Reiki, going out and getting Reiki from someone, like actively, you don't even need to be a Reiki practitioner to do Reiki. You can literally look up a guided meditation on YouTube and be like, hey, like, you know, like find me a meditation that clears my chakras. And it'll do like, you can do a chakra clearing meditation. It doesn't have to be super, super long. It can be one of those 10-minute, 20-minute things. Just something to help you feel the energy move through you. Just giving yourself time and asking spirit to come in and sending an unconditional love through you. That is a very healing thing. And again, you don't have to be attuned to Reiki. I feel like Reiki, there's like, I know it's a sacred practice for a lot of people, but I feel like it is such a gatekeeping thing where, oh, you have to go to another practitioner to get attuned. I feel like if you were stranded out on a deserted island and you wanted to learn Reiki, you could ask spirit to attune you and they would. I love the fact of, I love learning from other people though. I love learning from other people. I love that it's a skill. I love that there's information that can be taught based on the chakra system. So I go to classes, and that's because that feels right to me. That sings to me, right? But if you wanted to do energy work on yourself, you don't have to be attuned. Don't feel like you can't, or you don't have a path to do that. Imagery is so important when it comes to Reiki and energy healing, because we're working with energy every day with our thoughts, our feelings, and our beliefs too. So that being said, we can always work the energy just by thinking and speaking. Why not imagine healing, loving energy through us? Just consider it. It is something that you can try to help clear up those vibes. Some of you are psychically sensitive, especially if you have Pisces in any of your big three, like you're going to. I have Pisces as my rising and moon. I understand and I feel you. Like, you are seen, my friends. I get it. You also have Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. So you're making headway, but the path ahead might not be clear. I'm hearing, don't be fooled if things look a little bleak, because there is like a shining light, but it's past fog that you can't see. So even if you're taking these steps and you're finding that, you know, like things aren't working, like there's, I don't know, there's something there. I keep hearing like God's grace. You have God's grace. It's like, it kind of reminds me of someone who says, oh, like with the mentality of I'm God's favorite, you know, or it's like, oh, like I'm so loved and wonderful things are happening to me. It's not just a mentality. They are quite literally saying you are in God's good graces. Like, whatever that case may be. And it's like taking religion out of it. It almost feels like you have been through so much, like being an old soul. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's been through so many lifetimes that this lifetime is blessed. This lifetime is the opportunity that your other lifetimes have wanted. And now you are like learning to embrace that. You're at a time in your life where you're learning to embrace that. So that being said, it almost feels like you're a very lucky individual, or that you like, once you have this mentality, once you get into this manifesting abundance, like I feel like it is abundant. I feel like you are manifesting like such strong abundance, because I'm just hearing like that phrase, like you're God's favorite. So you might have something important to share with the world too. We're all important no matter what we share with the world, but I do have a feeling that this is meant to be a very blessed life for you. That being said, we have, Moonlight and Flying. So, these are like pretty cards. I don't know why that's coming to mind that these are pretty cards, because they are my cards, and I don't know, like, I feel like somebody else just mentioned in the spirit world that these are pretty cards. You have Moonlight. So again, the path being unclear. This card usually says it's a good time for divination. So obviously you're at this reading, so you're indulging in divination. If you have your own cards, your own methods of divination, that's a good time to rely on those as well. But this is a practice of not constantly going to the cards, but tuning within. And if you need tools to do that, if you would like tools to do that, I like to use tools. I use tarot as a baseline. I don't need tarot. I can just sit in meditation and get something. I like tarot though because it helps me gain new perspective. I like oracle cards because it helps present different messages from different angles and with different types of energies. So that being said, this Moonlight card does talk about things being murky or unclear, or again, the future not fully taking a form in your mind. The future is never 100% clear because energy is always changing, but this is an energy of not being able to see ahead. this is quite literally the moon card in the tarot. But there is an energy of, relying on oracle, or like tuning into your intuition with an oracle and then trusting and following that. Okay, and following that is important. So not just finding, it's almost like, I don't know, I keep hearing you're my favorite, you're my favorite, so I don't know exactly who I'm turning into, but it's almost like, it's like I'm tuning into an energy that is loving your life for you and is like, you are very blessed. Like, they keep saying you are blessed, like, you're my favorite, you're our favorite, like, we will favor you regardless of what you do, we will favor you. So interesting. But relying on divination, but try not to use it to boost your confidence. Try to go within for that confidence. So again, use it if you need it, but only if you don't know absolutely what to do next. So I feel like it's like a sparing thing for you. Fun, but again, not like a compulsive, like looking at multiple readers for the same thing. Some people do that, to like cherry pick, like, like intuitively, like the messages that are coming through, and that's great. But some people are looking for things that they want to hear. So situate yourself to tune into your heart while you're tuning into these messages. You also have flying, so flying high, riding high on your horse. Like, this is imagining and soaring up high in the sky and then seeing what you could create. This is taking the opportunities. I'm feeling something about being lifted up, to face opportunities. So again, saying yes to the opportunities that come in, which I already felt you doing with the Four of Cups, taking all of these, like, being like a yes man, not taking on too much and saying yes to things that benefit other people, but saying yes to opportunities that boost yourself, that boost your leadership, your self-confidence. Like, basically, I don't know, I keep getting like, it's your medicine. Saying yes to things that help further you is like your medicine, because I feel like it's something you haven't really allowed yourself to do anymore. I'm hearing like you might have been like a welcome mat for some people and let people kind of walk on you, let people cross your boundaries before in the past, but you've learned to secure those boundaries a little bit more and start giving back to yourself. Once you've learned that on your journey in life, now you are stepping up and leading your life with great care, with power, and with authority. So holy cow, Pisces, I like that. That's empowering. You have 59. So we're going to pull from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. I'm always going to read these messages twice. There's a chance for you to undertake major spiritual growth at this time. Open up to healing information. One more time. There's a chance for you to undertake major spiritual growth at this time. Open up to healing information. Regardless of how that comes through, some of you need to go out to the sun. That is very important for some of you. And actually, it's a very good idea. Once I'm done with this reading, I'm going to go out and do that myself. But going out and getting some sunshine, if you're able to, for some reason, I get information coming through from the sun. They do have something called light codes. I don't know if that's something that you're familiar with, but you might want to look into that. Information being downloaded through light codes. If that's not something that you're familiar with, or not really something that intuitively strikes you as something important, then it is just quite literally basking in the warmth and the glow of the sun is going to help light you up a little bit more and help channel like that optimism, that sun, that positivity. This is basically everything that the sun card in the tarot represents as well, is that optimistic, that opportunity's coming, birthing into a new age, like really taking that yang energy and rolling with it, right? I see the sun in the sky as a big ball of yang. It's a big ball of action. Let's go. Let's live life. Let's enjoy the springtime, the warmth. I mean, it's spring in my side of the world. So we're entering springtime and it's actually pretty decent weather out. So I will go out and enjoy it myself. That being said, though, we rolled the dice. That was your message. So I hope it helped, Pisces. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I will see you next time. Bye.